As I journey through the fascinating world of borders, I find that every line drawn on the map has its own incredible story, steeped in history, surprise, and even a hint of whimsy. Today, I invite you to explore 5 of the strangest international borders on the planet. Places where geography turns into a narrative masterpiece and the ordinary transforms into something extraordinary. Our first stop unfolds at the Haskell Free Library, a singular building that straddles the boundary between Derby Line, Vermont, in the United States and Stansted, Quebec, in Canada. This charming library is far more than a repository of books. It is a living monument to cross-border friendship. Imagine entering a warmly lit reading room where part of it belongs to one country and the other part to another. There is an undeniable magic in the way visitors can sit on one side, with a cup of coffee in hand, as they appreciate the literary treasures housed just across an invisible line. It is a gentle reminder that while physical borders might divide governments, they cannot section off the free flow of ideas and imagination. Here, the absence of checkpoints and the presence of a shared intellectual sanctuary create an atmosphere where history, culture, and literature merge without conflict. Drifting further along our journey, I arrive at Pheasant Island, a tiny island located on the Bidassoa River that defies conventional notions of sovereignty. This unassuming piece of land, no larger than a few city blocks, plays an extraordinary diplomatic game by switching its national affiliation every 6 months. For half the year, France takes pride of place, while for the remaining months, Spain claims the island as its own. Picture standing on its modest shores, feeling the gentle current of the river and pondering over the whimsical calendar of national control. An aerial view of the island, punctuated by both French and Spanish flags, serves as a visual metaphor for the delicate balance of power and cultural interplay. Pheasant Island reminds us that sovereignty is sometimes as changeable as the seasons and that even the smallest patch of earth can encapsulate a fascinating tale of international cooperation. Continuing on this border journey leads me to the uniquely intriguing town of Barley, a true labyrinth where national boundaries are etched into the very fabric of daily life. Here, the border between Belgium and the Netherlands winds its way through houses, cafés, and even sidewalks. One can stroll the streets and come across homes boasting dual addresses, each reflecting a nationality as distinct as the design of the front door or the pattern of the paving stones. As you wander through this quirky town, you notice that the border is less a rigid line and more a playful dance engraved into cobblestones and brick facades. Each step reveals surprises. A café that partly lies in one country and partly in the other, a residence that wears 2 identities with equal pride. Barley is a beautiful reminder that borders, despite their political significance, sometimes serve as gentle invitations to celebrate the coexistence of cultures. The journey grows even more captivating at the tripoint border where Slovakia, Austria, and Hungary converge in a single, enchanted spot. This is not merely a geographical marker, it is an experience in itself. Imagine standing at a spot where the boundaries of 3 nations meet, marked by a simple monument that quietly narrates stories of shared heritage and historical intersections. In this small but significant location, it is possible to feel connected to 3 distinct cultures simultaneously, a symbol of unity wrapped in the guise of division. The area, modest in size yet rich in history and character, attracts travelers who pause for a selfie or reflective moment, acknowledging that here, the abstract lines of nationalism transform into tangible connections. The tripoint border illustrates that sometimes, standing on a single spot can mean standing at the crossroads of destiny, where diversity is celebrated and common ground is discovered. Our exploration of quirky boundaries would be incomplete without reflecting upon the stark and contrasting border between Haiti and the Dominican Republic. Unlike the other borders we have encountered, this one speaks a story written on the very land, a story of environmental divergence and historical challenges. Viewed from space, there is an unmistakable difference between the 2 sides, one marked by significant deforestation and another adorned with lush greenery and vitality. This dramatic environmental divide is a powerful visual metaphor for the impact of historical and social factors on the natural landscape. It invites contemplation on how 2 adjacent lands, separated by an invisible line, can evolve into 2 drastically different worlds. The border here is not filled with humorous anecdotes or charming quirks. Instead, it challenges us to consider the broader implications of human influence on nature and the consequences of environmental policy. In conclusion, These 5 extraordinary borders remind us that the lines on a map are much more than mere demarcations. They are the vestiges of history, the product of human creativity, and sometimes even unexpected coincidences. Each border in this journey, whether it is the welcoming Haskell Free Library, the whimsically shifting Pheasant Island, quirky Barley, the symbolic tripoint, or the evocative divide between Haiti and the Dominican Republic, tells a unique story of how humanity negotiates its shared spaces. They prompt us to look closely at our world and see that behind every border lies a complex, rich tapestry of cultural exchange and historical nuance. Embracing these peculiar boundaries inspires us to appreciate not just the geography of our planet, but the myriad stories that explain why the world is not as clear-cut as it may seem.